Hey guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel, our expert life in Saudi Arabia, right? So in our last video, we had stopped at services and now we had left the services. We drove for about 10 minutes and then straight away we drove into a sandstorm. We started seeing it light, like right now there is a sandstorm, but it was still very light, and we were just hoping it would remain like that. At least we had some visibility. That was still okay, right? But as we drove towards Jeddah, we could see that the sandstorm was getting worse, right? So we drove past some police officers. We saw some police officers on both sides of this road, right? So the other thing that we saw later on was a board that said sandstorm area, which means that this area, there's always sandstorms during summer, right? So we were driving, as you can see, the sandstorm was getting worse. You see visibility is reduced than before. So we had to reduce speed as well so that we would be careful. We had to slow down a little because visibility was reducing. And at some points, it would look like it's clearing. Like you see in this here, it looked like it was clearing like that. So we got back to the normal speed, right? And it was, at least there was not too much traffic, you see, because we were just thinking that when we were coming from Ras Tanura to Riyadh, you see the route has got so many trucks. So I don't think it would be a nice drive in such weather. Here there were some trucks, yes, but we didn't see them like too many, like close to each other like it was on the Riyadh, Al Koba Riyadh Road. So now this was Riyadh towards Jeddah Highway, right? See, now it was getting worse again, and then we kept on driving, but we were just discussing that if it gets more and more worse that we couldn't even see, we would try and find somewhere to stop. But it was a little difficult as well, you know, like that. You know, when you've got services ahead, you would see the boards, you would see that looks like the services or the gas station. But in this case, we couldn't see anything on the sides, right? We couldn't see anything on the sides. And parking on the side of the road, if it was getting more worse, we would, but still it wasn't the best option, right? So we continued driving in this sandstorm. And remember this route, if you watch our videos down below, from when the journey started, we say that this was our very first time in the 10 years that we've been in Saudi Arabia to drive on this route, to drive past Riyadh, because we've always drove from Ras Tanura to Riyadh, right? So this was our first time. And you see what happened here? When the sandstorm cleared, what's next? There was rain straight away. So we drove from a sandstorm to some rain, you see. So it was a combination of dust and water. And also remember, it's summer, the heat, though when you're in the car, we've got aircon. we wouldn't feel the heat. But see, it was raining, and you could still see that there is still some dust in the sky. You see. So it was raining and raining, and I didn't. It's like I was recording facing the front, but on the sides we could see lightning. There was lightning when it rained like that. So we're like, oh, this journey, right? We experience the sun, we experience the rain, we experience, and it was so windy, so windy. We could feel the car being swerved a little. You see, when you're driving and you feel the car swerving like from the wind, right? It was so windy. And back, the rain stopped and we were back to the sandstorm. So we drove again from the rain, that part that was raining, straight into sandstorm again. And then we had to reduce our speed again. So it went on and on. It went on and on. You see, on the sides we couldn't see anything, right? But in front, at least we had visibility. At this point, it reduced so much. You see that? It reduced so much, and then we were discussing whether to stop or not. But later on, it cleared a little, and then we decided to go. But you can see, and in this area here, there were quite a number of trucks. We passed a place where they had stopped, and now they had been released. I'm sure there is a place where they saw ahead. I don't know about this, but I heard that there is a place where these trucks are weighed, so they exit a little, get weighed. And then we stopped somewhere, and then the car was so dirty. We washed this car before we went home. But anyway, we stopped, and then we were ready for the next